something you just wanted to discuss about Islam, I'd be more than glad to.
Well, there isn't anything specific what I'd like to discuss about Islam. There isn't anything I'd like to discuss about any religion, to be honest, because I think they're all a bit of a waste of time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why people get so worked up about them, obsessed with them. To me, it's just a waste of time.
Am I correct to assume, I'm reading between the lines here, am I correct to assume that it's not necessarily religion that you have an issue with, but rather when people commit acts of violence or force it down other people's throat? Am I correct to assume that? Or is it religion that you don't know why people follow it?
Yeah, it's just religion. I don't know why people believe in it. I think we're just here because I'm here because my parents wanted me. They're here as a result of long-term evolution. When we die, we die. That's it. I would never be that frightened of dying that I'd make myself believe in a religion, so make myself feel better that I'm going to go somewhere else. It's just
what's interesting.
Just absolutely crazy.
I wouldn't say it's crazy. Reason being because there's a study done by Justin Barrett of the University of Oxford, and he took a sample over several countries, and he concluded that we are born with an innate disposition to believe in a higher power. So that's something that's innate, that even if you speak to a young individual in a country, maybe not even here in the West, whether it's in the West or the East, we're born with that innate disposition. That's the first thing.
Which is justifiable only to themselves, yes?
Sorry?
Justifiable to themselves.
Subjectively, yes.
Yes?
Subjective.
What is the point?
I'm yet to make the point. Yeah. Sorry. So the other point that you mentioned was, when you started regressing back, you said, I'm here because my parents wanted me, and they're here because their parents wanted my parents.
Yeah.
It's interesting how you stop that evolution. Like, the first self-replicating organism, how would you say that came into being? And then what came to being before that?
I have no idea, and no one really does, I don't think.
Philosophically,
Yes.
if we then continue this chain, the fact that we're here philosophically and rationally, would you agree that there can't be an infinite regress? I.e., I depend on this depends on that, this depends on that. If we continue going on ad infinitum, we're not going to obviously be here.
So there has to be. Have you tested that?
There has to be an end to that chain.
That's what you need to.
Can you just wait?
No.
Can you not interrupt?
Have you tested
Because
that?
you're not showing your face.
No, it doesn't matter.
I'm having a nice conversation with someone.
Have you tested that?
He's
Have
asked
you tested
something.
that?
So
That's
I'm just going to answer him.
Your bike is so
Then I'll come to you. Yeah.
Sorry?
Your bike is sick.
That's why I said to
You
him.
need to ask, how do you know? Have you tested that theory?
He's got a brain for himself. He can
Evolution
think.
is evolution. I don't know how it started. It was obviously hundreds of millions, probably billions of years ago. For one reason or another, the circumstances arrived which was right to spark off some life. Where that's come from or whatever, I don't know. And as I say, I don't think anyone does.
That's the answer.
But to believe in there's an almighty power which is just like a fantasy.
Story,
You might as well believe in Father Christmas.
So I'm here already.
Yeah, I'm not talking about God per se right now. What I'm saying is,
Well, that's how.
But you're alluding to.
what I'm saying is that there can't be an infinite regress of dependent
Have
things.
you proved that? Have you done it?
Well,
Have
that's
you
what
done?
you believe. That's what you.
I'll give you an analogy. For example, if
But
I
that's
am
called
if
false
I am to
analogy,
throw
first of all.
a bottle,
He's giving you
if I'm to
human
throw a
analogy.
bottle and I need to ask someone's permission, they need to ask someone's permission,
Yes.
they need to ask someone's
Yes.
permission. If it keeps going on for infinity, will I ever get to throw the bottle?
How do you know? We don't know. Have you done it? Have you done this theory? Have you done this?
It's a rational.
Prove that God doesn't exist.
Sorry?
No, but we are not making.
He's here to troll. It's best that you speak to him because he's interrupting a good conversation that
They
we're
are
having.
making the claim.
So he's the one that really wants to speak. So So what I'm saying is that this is a logical example that I'm asking.
No, it's not
that
logical.
If I'm
it's
throwing,
a fallacy.
if I'm
Fallacious
throwing a
argument is
bottle,
called.
and I need to ask someone's permission, they
Yeah.
need to ask someone's permission. If it goes on for
You're
infinity,
illiterate.
would I ever get to throw the bottle?
Illiterate, we're talking.
I don't know.
You're illiterate.
I think you do, Ricky.
Because you're illiterate.
That's it. Was it Rick or Ricky?
All right, no, go get medication.
If it goes for infinity and we keep asking for permission, there has to be, that's what I'm alluding to. That there has to be an end to that chain. That somebody at the end of the chain says, you know what? Yes, you can. Then he tells the person in front of him, yes, you can. Then it comes all the way back to me,
Right.
and then I throw it.
Okay.
So the mere fact that we exist
Yeah.
logically, philosophically indicates that there has to be an end to that chain
Okay.
of
Prove
dependent
that.
things.
Now prove that.
Otherwise, we wouldn't exist.
Okay, now prove it then. Now
That's the
prove
point that I'm saying.
it. Now he needs to prove his claim.
Makes sense, yeah? So this is something,
Reluctantly, I'm saying, yeah, it sort of does.
you're not. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because even philosophers in the past, like Leibniz, Ibn Sina, and these individuals, this is something that's generally
Vanity.
accepted. That when he's saying somebody that doesn't want to show his face is interrupting,
It's my prerogative.
yeah, what was your point?
You have your own prerogative. Why do you have?
Yeah, what was
why
your
do you-
point though? What was your point?
My point is Quran the word of Allah?
That's got nothing to do with what I was
No,
saying.
we go to the point
So,
now. Is Quran
the point
the word
was,
of Allah?
what he
that's
said
what you need to
initially
say.
was there can be infinite regress. That was the point, but that's
No,
an illogical
we didn't
statement.
say they can't be. You
So
have
there
not
has to
proved
be-
that.
there has to be
You're
an end to that chain.
No, there hasn't.
So
you haven't proved
if
that.
for example,
That's what you need to prove.
like I used to be a primary school teacher.
Right.
So as a school teacher, sometimes if a child says,
Yeah.
I thought the bell went at 10:55, then
Right.
I'll go to, well, who told you that? Jonathan told me that.
Right.
But where did Jonathan get that from? Oh, he got it from Ricky. Where did he get it from?
It's a
I don't think,
False
I don't
analogy
know.
fallacy.
So I say,
That's
okay,
false
did
analogy.
a teacher tell you? Because the teacher's the one making the rules, isn't it? So as a teacher, I'd only accept something
no, because
that
maybe
goes
the
back
child is intelligent.
to the end of
the
the
child
chain.
might be intelligent,
Which needs to
It
be a
came
teacher.
out
So
of the
here,
child.
as dependent beings, because philosophically there is something that's dependent, independent,
Slippery
or something
slope fallacy.
that
If you
can't
accept
exist.
that, the rest would follow.
So, because when it comes to existence, I'm finding it very difficult. You know, when
Yeah.
he's just
No, no,
badger.
no. Slippery slope
So I'm
fallacy,
trying to.
matey.
So if I
That's
go off
what
the
it's
point,
called.
just bring me back, yeah.
Yes.
So when it comes to existences,
Yeah.
you have something that's contingent, something that's
Wait a
dependent,
minute. Define
something
existence
that's
first.
something that's
Do you
independent.
know what existence is?
You know, you can speak when you want, by the way, yeah.
No.
Don't.
But you need to
yeah.
define first.
Something that's
Define
dependent,
existence.
something that's independent, and something that's impossible existence. And
That's how
with
they
with
trick you,
everything that's
because you
around
don't
us,
know the answer, and in a minute he's going to come bring Allah.
So-
That's what he's going to say.
Anyway,
it would have been nice. I mean,
cheers.
I think we
That's
could have
it.
had
That's
That's what we
it.
like.
Fruitful.
A handshake in the end of a good discussion.
Good time.
Ricky, really nice to meet you.
And you.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can have a conversation maybe
Good time.
some other time that you're
Why
around.
can't you have
I'll
it
be
with
here
me
on Sundays
here?
as
Why
well.
can't you have it with me?
I'll be here on Sundays.
I'm here to
if you pop
challenge
round,
anyone who has a belief.